Hello and welcome. Welcome one and all to Friday, December the 27th. It's not that interesting, I guarantee you. If you hear noise, if you hear rumbly grumbly, tumbly, it's not Pooh Bear. It is my dishwasher. I did do some dishes today because I had some stuff sitting around from Das Floof that I made for Mom's party this weekend. So it's like, well, I gotta get that on the dishwasher. So I'm assuming it's not too loud because it is in the other room. So hopefully not. But I turned on my light and I was thinking, I was like, all I got to do today, because it's the weekend vibes have begun. I was like, the only thing I have to do today is answer this fucking question. That's it. That's all I gotta do. Do you know what I did when I came home from work? I sat in my bed. I laid in my bed and I played casino games for like 2 hours until my alarm went off at 9 o'clock to get up and take my Eliquis. So, well, I got up, took my Eliquis, went, laid back down in bed because it was rainy. It's a dreary morning. I don't know why, because you can probably see it behind me there. It's not very bright. We're gonna go in the room with the noise, by the way. But I do have, I don't know why I decided to open the back window today. Because, yeah, it's dreary and rainy. That was a weird noise. Oh, I guess it's taking a dump. Same. Not now. Earlier. I took a dump earlier. It's not a noise it usually makes. Or, I mean, I guess I don't really pay a whole lot of attention. As long as I don't hear, like, a flood of water. That happened once. I think we're good. Yeah, I don't know why. I just decided I'm gonna open the back window, let some light in, even though there's not really a whole lot of light to be let in. But I was like, yeah, maybe I'll, open myself up to the world today, I guess, maybe. But yeah, I went back to bed because, like I said, it was a rainy, dreary morning. I was like, I wasn't really feeling doing much anything. And then I took a little bit of a nap. And then, I don't know. I got up, I guess maybe I decided I was hungry. Well, I had to pee. I did have to pee. And then I decided I was hungry, so had a little barbecue chicken sandwich. Yummalicious, I suppose. So I bought it at the Not Dollar Tree. I think it was like $1.25, whatever. But yeah, then I was staying up, and then I don't. Somehow I got to thinking about, because I was thinking about time off, having time off work. And then I was like, well, technically I have my doctor's appointment next month on the 13th, Monday the 13th. So I have I took Sunday off before, the Monday of, and the Tuesday after. And then I was like, oh shit, I need to look up and see what time that is. Because we were discussing it this weekend, since all three of us, Mom usually takes me up there to wherever Holly is, and then Holly, we either meet in like Excelsior Springs at the Price Chopper. I think that's where they usually meet, or we meet at Independence Center or the Independence Commons, and Holly takes us on to Overland Park from there. It's just something he's gonna do, like the echo thing on my heart, like look at it and make sure it's all functioning correctly the way that it should. It's like a 6-month thing, I guess Mom figured out. Because I guess after the incident, they said I believe it was diminished. Mom said yesterday, because I was talking with my Uncle Mike about it, and I couldn't remember exactly the word that they used, but they said my heart was a little diminished. I believe when Mom said that, I'm like, I think that's the word they used. But they were thinking that might have been caused by the blood clots, so they wanted to you know, bring me back, I guess, in 6 months. Or, I mean, that might have just been, you know, the guy's so busy, that might have just been the first open slot they had to do something like that, you know. But just to make sure everything's going okay in there, I guess. But yeah, we were discussing it this weekend, so since, you know, Mom, Holly, and I were all three in the same room, I kind of figured, like, the last time, they kind of discussed it among themselves, because it's like, basically, you just tell me when you're going to show up and I'll get in the car and go. You know, like, you know, so I kind of figured Mom and Holly would discuss it between themselves and just be like, hey, we'll be there at blah, 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 blah time, you know, be ready, whatever. I'm like, okay, you know. But Mom was like, what time is your appointment? And I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not a good adult. I'm not. I didn't ask for this shit. I didn't ask for all this responsibility. It was thrust upon me. Unwillingly. Unwilling participant here. You know? So I feel like this is not my fault. You know? Like... So it's like, but I knew it would be in my packet, so, but I was thinking about that time off, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to, like, look up, because I was thinking of it last night as I was walking to work, so it's like, I can't do it when I'm fucking walking to work, like, it's like, I gotta remember to do that when I get home in the morning, and then I didn't. It's like, shit. I mean, I guess, you know, we've got, what, you know, a couple weeks, week and a half, something like that, maybe, to get it figured out. But yeah, I was thinking about that, so I turned on the light to look for the papers, and then I was like, you know, while my light's on, though I had already turned it off, because it's like I was gonna just give up for the day, but then I was like, I don't wanna, it's noon now, I was like, if I fall asleep, I might be asleep until midnight, I don't know, I'm awake at the moment, so I figured, turn the light back on. Just this is my one responsibility I have to do today, is answer this question. So it's like, if I just get it done, we'll be good. We'll be golden. So, and then I won't have to worry about anything until the next question tomorrow. So, we'll see about that. Time is winding down for figuring out if I'm going to do something akin to this again next year. I don't know. I keep forgetting to look at the books at work to see if there's another, like, question of the day thing. But, or question of the week, maybe do a question. But I feel like the questions are probably all going to be fairly similar, you know. I mean, some of these in this book have been fairly similar. So... You know, you gotta fill the book with 365 questions. I mean, I guess, you know, some are going to be duds, some are going to be reworded questions that you already fucking answered, or at least, you know, the answer's going to basically be the same for all of them. So, I don't know. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do this again next year. I haven't really looked at my options. I know I looked at Amazon at one point to see if what kind of, like, you know, book of the day, question of the day kind of things that they had, but I don't know. It might be interesting if I could find something that was, like, maybe once a week instead of, like, you know, every day, maybe. Take some, but I mean, I actually haven't minded this, because I thought, like, I would be kind of, because, you know, Nick, way back in the day, Nick's Video Diary, he did the Year of Vlogs thing, and that's kind of what got me started on YouTube, was him starting on YouTube. You know, shout out to Nick's Video Diary. Hello, hello. I think I just cast Fireball at you. I don't know why. I apologize. But, my brain stopped. I apologize for that, too. But no, like, I was thinking, I was like, my life isn't interesting enough to do, a year of vlogs, like, but this has helped me, so I wasn't sure if I would get, like, bored with it, or if, you know, it hasn't felt like a chore. So I'll say that. You know, I kind of thought, I was like, man, it's because I have commitment issues. Like, oh man, it's like I got to answer a question every day for a year. Oh, what have I gotten myself into? But I've kind of enjoyed, it's been interesting, kind of like with the advent calendar, which is over now, obviously. It's like, oh, well, what chocolate's going to be in there, or, what's going to be my surprise today. So it's been entertaining to me, hopefully to you all as well. So I might do something like it again next year. I don't know, I haven't decided. But I guess I'm running out of time because January 1st is coming up fairly quickly. So I guess I should maybe figure it out. If there's like maybe something you could do, like maybe something artistic, maybe like draw a picture or write a short story based on, you know, a prompt or something. There's got to be books out there like that. Maybe that would be more interesting than just answering questions all over again, which would probably be basically the same questions. And yeah, maybe something slightly different. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a look and see what I can find on that aspect. But today, let me wet my whistle. It's getting a little dry. It needs a needs a little lubricant. But yes, that's for next week. That's for next year. Today we have a question, which is, have you ever experienced or seen a miracle? I guess I don't know. I don't know. We're assuming like miracles are a real thing that actually happen. Apparently, I mean, I experienced a miracle this year because, multiple people have told me the blood clots should have killed me. I've been told that multiple times this year, that I was very lucky to have survived that incident. It was apparently very serious. That's what people keep telling me. So, I mean, I guess you could say, like, possibly I experienced one myself just this very year. But I get that kind of gets into, I don't know, like, religion and spirituality, and it's like, do miracles actually exist, or, is it just all science fiction? I don't know. Things, I mean, you've heard of things that, like, like you see, you look up the videos on YouTube of, like, the luckiest people alive or whatever, and it's like they're just walking down the street and all of a sudden, like, a car barely misses them, like a car veers off the road and, like, crashes into the building beside them, and they somehow walk away unscathed, unhurt. There's one, I mean, sometimes, like, you have to believe in some kind of divine intervention with things, because it's like certain people, and I mean, I guess it doesn't always work out in a positive manner. Sometimes people are in the wrong place at the wrong time, but sometimes people are just in the right place at the right time. Like, if you'd been, like, some of those people in these videos, if they'd been just a couple steps behind themselves, they probably would have been dead because the car would have hit them, or there's this story of this, I remember hearing it, this was back in my, not very, very anti-religion years that I was in my earlier 20s, I guess, because this girl was talking about, like, saving somebody from a lake or something, and she was like, oh, I knew I'd be okay because, God had me, or whatever, God would protect me, or whatever. And I was kind of like, but what if he didn't, and you drowned too? Like, I mean, I had some, it wasn't, I had some very snarky comment about it, and I think I kind of upset Mom when I said it, because she was like, you've gone too far the other way, blah, 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 blah. I remember her saying that to me. And I mean, she was right, I mean, I don't know. There again, as far as religion goes, I don't have all the answers, and I'm not going to walk around acting like I do. There's plenty of people that do that already, you know. So I don't need to be another one of those. But, you know, so, I mean, it's just, like, sometimes people are just in the right place at the right time to, like, save somebody's life, you know? So, I mean, that might have been, you know, a miracle. You know, my Aunt Laura, who's head injured, you know, she had her car accident many years ago. And my uncle said, you know, bring her back to me and I'll take care of her for the rest of her life. You know, he made a deal with God, he always says, you know. And then he said, but God has a sense of humor because, you know, he didn't say bring her back to me the way she was before. So that's kind of how, you know, he re-raised her and all this other stuff. And now it's more like a father-daughter relationship, you know. So I mean, there'd be, of course, I mean, Laura, apparently after she got out of after she had her accident, because she had to have part of her brain removed, like the supposed experts, the doctors were like, she'll never walk or talk again, you know? And my uncle, I guess they were just gonna, like, shove her in a home and give up on her, whatever, but my uncle developed the at-home rehab program, and he did physical therapy, speech therapy, blah, 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 like all this other stuff, a program he designed himself. And it's like, I mean, you know, I mean, Laura has never gotten back to where she was before the accident, but she still does two things that the supposed experts said she'd never do again. You know, like, aren't you the ones that, like, went to that fancy schooling? Like, to know all the answers, but you were wrong twice in, you know, one case, you know? So, I mean, so my Aunt Laura could be considered a miracle. I'm blinking, so I have to plug myself in here, you know. Yay, no more blinking. Oh, my battery is not going to give out on me. That's a good thing. I'm over here, hello. So, I mean, I guess you could say that I've witnessed potentially a few miracles, or, you know, I always feel like I'm weird and sideways when I do that, but, or possibly, you know, I have experienced one myself that, you know, maybe I'm not fully appreciating, you know, to be honest. I mean, I'm glad to still be here, I'll say that, you know, from whatever means it happened, I'm still here, so yay. Hopefully, you know, that's a trend that continues, I'm the same. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how the universe all works and how, you know, all of that stuff works. So, you know, I mean, there's a couple of potential, you know, miracles that have happened that I've witnessed in my life. Like I said, watch any of those videos of, like, the luckiest people to be alive or whatever, and, like, you'll see, you know, if miracles exist, they probably experienced, all the people in those videos, like, experienced them probably, you know. So, I don't know, open to interpretation, one way or another, you know. But yeah, so that's my big fancy question for the day. My one responsibility, it sounds like my drugs. I don't even know where that came from. My dishes could be done. I don't hear them, like, making noise in there anymore. I'm never done with drugs. Never. Not once. But anyway, so this is my one responsibility for the day, and now it is done. It's, well, you know, I'll have to take some more of these at 9 p.m. You know, so. But I suppose other than that, you know, I can, you know, I'll probably be dozed off here on the couch, crashed out on the couch. I can wake up long enough to down a pill and then go right back to sleep. So the main responsibility for the day is done and over. And yeah, I don't have anything else going on, I suppose. It feels weird, since for the last month I've had the advent calendar to do too, so like I feel like I'm forgetting something. But I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just the question of the day. So that might be weird if I decide not to do a question of the day next year, or any sort of thing for the next year. Like, I'll be like, am I forgetting something? No? Because it's like I'm so used to doing these questions, you know, it's like, gotta do it once a day. But like I said, on that we'll see. Got a few days left to figure it out. But other than that, go have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I will see you for what I see you. I guess I should turn this off before